Hello everyone, welcome to ꜱᴄಘɪᴣᴘᴇ. So today we are doing a design that are inspired of Schiaparelli. So Schiaparelli are iconic for their lobster design because their concept is the lobster represents sexuality, it represents beauty for Schiaparelli. So today I am going to walk you through to do a 3D lobster design that are made by silicone, and I also will guide you through a texture design that are textile inspired, also Schiaparelli also. So at first I am going to put on my website. So everything I use is at www.tīnovo.shop, and we ship worldwide. And let me connect to Dustin.
Wait, I scroll down and got back in. Now I'm requesting. Sorry about that.
That is Dreamtime Crystal. You have to switch account. You're in the wrong account. You're in Dreamtime Crystal. You have to switch it.
Got it. Weird.
Yeah, you have to switch it.
Okay. Okay, give me that option. Requesting.
Okay.
Thank you for accepting
Get this lighting is much better. I gotta warn you, my eye are 50-50 today because both of my eye are blurry now. It's still blurry after 2 days of dilation. So just warning you, my detail might be crazy today. Can you guide this string through on the front, please? Thank you. Hi, Yana. Hola, Yana. Hi, Maria. Hello, Tara. Let me moderate Tara. Hello, San Francisco. Hello. All right. Let me get a sample now. Let's start with something fairly easy. No, let's start with the lobster. So I'm going to guide you to how to draw the lobster first before we walk into the details. Hi, Melly Nels. Hi, Abby. Okay. So let's draw the lobsters. So this is a lobster that we're going for. This year we don't have the privilege of doing the whisker yet. It's a little more complex. Cause if I do the whisker, I also want it to be 3D, but I will leave it for some time later. Let's go ahead and sketch out the structure and the dynamic of the lobster, just for beginners. Most of the pro probably already know how to draw the lobster, but for beginner, let's aim toward the head and see what shape it is. Look like a teardrop. Look like a teardrop for most people that just start to look at the lobster. But I eat lobster a lot, so I know exactly what the lobster look like. Let's go ahead and add a triangle on top and a square in the bottom. The lobster, actually, you have to chop off the corner of both sides. So it will be like this. It will be angular on top, and then you go straight down. And after you go straight down, you angle it just a little. These parts are flat. Now, next is the tail. The tail are very easy. Each part of the tail is like half of the circle, like that. And they all overlap each other, like that. So on, and so on, and so on. So that's the tails. And then the end, this part right here, it start up like this, an upside down V shape, which is fairly easy. Now, it might look like a triangle at first glance, but in reality, you have to chop up this corner, and you have to chop up this corner, and this top is slightly curved. Okay, so chop this up, and slightly curve. So now let's draw in the tail on this side. Straight, straight, straight. Okay. And then the tail, V shape, slightly curved, because I chopped this up. This have no corner right here. So slightly curved across. Now this up, remember that it's not straight, it's slightly curved, and it doesn't have a corner because I chop it up. So that's a tail. Okay. You can always eye it. You can always just look at it. You don't have to dissect it. You can just eye it and draw a similar shape. The reason why I break it down and I show it to you, because the lobster here are not the only thing that you have to break down the shape. Further on in the art career, you have to be able to look at any object and break down its shape. So it's a very healthy habit to learn. Like, I mean, if you look at this bottle, if you're an artist, you should know how to draw this bottle. You should use your eyes to be able to break down this shape, because a person that are not be able to break it down will obviously draw in a square and then a rectangle. But in reality, it's not like that. The shape are more complex. This actually is a cylinder shape, so it requires some kind of curve here, requires some kind of curve here. If the shape is like this, you should know that there is an oval right here, straight curve. So you have to be able to break things down to be able to be exact. And when you come to something even more complex, like let's say a human face, then at that point you have to be 100% exact. So it's a very healthy habit to be able to break down shape when you're looking at an object. Let's go ahead and dissect the claw. So,
Before we can progress, what you just taught me, because I hadn't thought of it, but basically I would have went and just tried to draw the actual, and by doing so, if you're not able to mimic it backwards, you're never going to get it straight. That makes sense.
yeah,
That's why all your work's so perfect and straight.
right. When a person look at a lobster, they don't need me to break it down. They can just eye it and just draw a similar shape. Like a person don't have to draw this shape. They can just, like I say, draw a teardrop, and then the tails, they can just curve, and they can just draw two circles right here. Well, a person can do that. However, just like in math class, my teacher taught me a formula of X, Y, Z, as you familiar with it. But at the time, I doesn't really care to study the formula, because the problem is what 10 minus 5 is. I know what's 10 minus 5. 10 minus 5 is 5. I doesn't need the formula of XYZ. But later on in life, I regret it, because we quickly moved to million and billion and trillion. And at that point, I cannot do it in my head. I require those formula to help me through the process, because now the problem is big. It's not small. So something like a lobster might be easy for a person to eye it, but it's still very healthy to know the formula to shaping, because later on when a person move into something, as I say, more complicated, you can eye a lobster, but it's more difficult to eye a face, right? So very healthy to be able to be exact. Now, let me replicate this pretty quick, and we will move on to the claw. Now, when it comes to the claw, let's say the side of the lobster, let's draw this part first. Let's just start with a rectangle. Okay, this is a bicep of the lobster. So obviously this part is slanted, and then this part is slightly curved. Okay, so we will start with that part. Slightly curved out and slanted. Now up top here, we're gonna draw the scissor. At least that's how it's called anyway. Start out, look like a triangle to me. Okay, but a sway on this side and a curve on this side will change it instantly. A sway here and a curve here. So start it out this way like a triangle, but then you got a sway and then a curve. Okay, and then to complete the claw, you just have to have another curve and another curve. There you go. So let's draw the claw. And when I was young, this is what I do. I just eyed it like this. But for some miraculous reason, I was exact. But that's just a lucky shot. For a person to learn this, it's very helpful to be able to distinguish basic shape. And all basic shape is square, circle, and triangle. Basic shape. You know, if there is a rectangle, it's made up by two square or probably two square and some triangles. If there is a sway like this, it's probably made out of circles, small circle, rectangles, two square here, two square here, and then some triangle here. Everything is made up basic shape. So now I am gonna draw the legs. Leg is relatively simple. Imagine a bunch of rectangles just overlap each other and a pointy thing at the end. And let's say a lobster have a tail, a whisker like this. We will spare that this year.
Spare it this year? Build up to the whisker?
Right, that I can probably take clear texture gel and draw the whisker. However, that would risk viewer from being confused. For me to draw a successful whisker, I have to actually take a 3D element and actually do a string, and it somehow have to flow like this. Probably can, but this year we just started on the lobster. Let's make it easy for everyone.
Start out right.
Yes. Okay, now let's start it. Thank you. Love Beyond Snails. You know, I love Alexander McQueen. That's my favorite designer. But recently, I just noticed that a lot of celebrities are just really crazy about Schiaparelli. And I have watched a few fashion shows that Schiaparelli have, and it's amazing. And I am obsessed with Schiaparelli.
It's not a magnifying glass. It is a canvas phone holder.
Now, I'm going to have a tips, and let's put some nude gel on it. Cure this 60-second cure. Okay. And I know that later I'm going to show you another nail. So might as well put nude on that nails now.
10 nude?
10 nude is what I chose. Thank you, Martinez. Precioso tu trabajo, eres un artista, saludos desde Guadalajara. Oh, Guadalajara. Tengo mi amigo mejor es en Guadalajara, México. Oh, yo sé Guadalajara. Okay, cute this. All right, so before we do all that 3D beauty here, you have to notice that it's all chrome. Whenever it's all chrome, you know that we have to use Teflon matte. Teflon matte now apply on the surface, so it will make it completely chrome free. That means chrome cannot stick onto this surface at all.
Oh, somebody else had a. They said, "Did you forget about
Hear
your
this?
lime juice?"
No. Okay, and I know that this finger is also have chrome too, so I gonna apply Teflon matte too.
And yes, he will be going to Anaheim in Orlando, Florida.
Hear this? All right. So we're done with Teflon matte. Let's just leave it right here. I'm still curing. Now, next element is metal effect gels. Yes, the lobster that I start out are completely flat, completely drying. It's very tempting to pick up a 3D element and start to mold right away. However, I will be molding it blind. It's always comfort me to have a foundation that are details before I step into 3D. Okay, so now Teflon matte is on. I am gonna pick up my chrome. We are sold out of gold chrome, so I am gonna use bronze chrome for Schiaparelli. Let's have a few tests to make sure that this surface is completely chrome free, to make sure for you, so you can see. You can see now, no chrome will stick on this at all. So I'm gonna start drawing. I already went through the lobster technique, so I am going to draw it now, and you should understand the proportion method. When you find, oh, I throw this away. Okay. The head are almost as big as the tails. And the claw even bigger. The head is really big. The tail is okay. It's not the center of attention. You need the head to be as big. If it's smaller, it wouldn't be attractive. And the claw, you want it to be just as big as a head. The bigger the claw, the more beautiful it is. Tail are irrelevant. Metal effect gel, take it out.
You know, I think, the lobster's pretty badass, but really when you get to looking at the texture on the white, it's just absolutely, ooh.
The texture is definitely not a new method. I have this material already. It's just this lobster, that definitely new. This method, you also may be familiar with this. I did something like that before. The 3D elements, I did that before.
It looks like we've stayed in a hotel with a ceiling like that before, including the Golden Lobster.
Yes. Now I am choosing my 7mm, which I already cleaned out with acetone. And I am gonna scoop out some metal effect gel. almost use all of this. Make sure you every
Boy, it
drop.
sounds like we're just back here bumping. Dun, dun, dun. You're a rapper boy.
Okay. Okay, now let's zoom in. Hi, Kathy, nail design. I always like to make the center. Why am I starting now here and not on top? I have to leave space for my claw. And the tail will probably end about right here. So, top is triangles. Then straight down and in. Probably can make it bigger. As I say, I like big head on lobsters. Then we are going to draw the tail.
Off subject, and I can't believe I've never asked this, but once we've been together, I know we haven't done it together, thank goodness. But have you ever went and picked out a live one and then?
I never did, but I wouldn't mind. The trick to pick up crab and lobster is pick up on top of the head so the claw can get to you. Maybe it's helpful if I do a line so I don't go outline. I can see myself go outline. It's possible. I don't have a level eye at all. Now it's easier. I don't have to like trying to level it. I can just follow the line. Another very healthy habit to follow. Okay, I see we reached the end here. As long as the tail is not too long, that's fine. Drawing the claw now. This middle is my perimeter. I'm not going to cross it because if I cross it, the other claw wouldn't have any room. So this imaginary line in the middle, don't cross.
Imaginary line.
See, I'm very close to it. Okay. Let's use my coloring brush. There is no point of trying to use the liner brush. Coloring brush is what I'm gonna use. Easy. See how different it is. I could have tried to make that other thing work, but there's no reason to. This works wonders. Okay, back to the liner now. See, the liner is beautiful with line, but when it comes to colors, you can see the difference already when I use the other one. Beautiful liners, but no, so when I try to color, see how this work? See how that work?
Mm-hmm.
And you see how the coloring brush work. Look at that. No need to make the line more difficult. Nice and smooth too.
You sound great. I love you.
Okay, now when it comes to the claw, easy breezy. You don't even have to have the claw. You can add if you want to. I teach you the claw, but we are doing a design, a fashion inspired design. So if you want to take out the claw, you can. Just like when I do a butterfly, I never really do the body. I only draw the wings. It have 4 claws. Let's just give it 2. It's our lobster. We can make it however we want.
We just assume somebody ate them.
Okay. So now I have it. Let's clear and let's chrome this. Now, when you have this, you're safe. The drawing, after the drawing done, you're good.
Once you get that, so just straight as possible. And then the next is the fun part.
Yes. We are going to deal with silicone today. Since we need a clear element, I'm gonna chrome this, so I would not put anything solid over it. My first reaction to the lobster is to use clear texture gels, but then I decided that I want something to be more voluminous. I decide between clay dough and silicone, and I decided to go with silicone because silicone is cell level, and with this, I doesn't need to scoop this. I just need to emboss this, so that's why I choose silicone because it's just a little blob, really. So no detail in this. Clear this, and I am gonna rub on bronze. The detail already take care in the drawing. So I would say that the drawing probably the hardest part in the design. That's all. That's it.
What you just did?
Yeah, what I
So as
just
long as they
did.
kind of use your breakdown method, makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, and the moment they see the lobster, they know they are safe. They can start to dance now.
Dance?
Yeah, you can start to dance
if
now.
they get tipped, I think dancing is appropriate. But other than that, focus on the lobster. Tara said that missing the lobster claws is a sign of some kind of male dominance, lobster obedient thing.
Oh.
Right. So you got a tough one there is what you got.
Yeah.
Hello, ladybug.
Hi, ladybugs. Okay. Now, let's go straight into silicone. There's no need for you to try to protect this. I mean, you can't really mess up the next step unless you're like really, really awful. You can protect this, but if you choose to protect this, you have to use Teflon mat because you're still working on chrome. You don't need anything to stick on anything. Now I'm choosing silicone for emboss instead of clear texture gel, just because I want it to be like a sculpture, like really big. If you want to use
obnoxious.
if you want just to use the gel, you still can. Just like a little emboss. It don't have to be much. Then you can just use texture gel, or you can use 3D jelly. Okay, I'm gonna get a little piece of silicone out. And there is no reason to try to sculpt it right now. You just push it down here. That's it. Because silicone are fairly easy to push around. It's cell level.
Clean your tool.
Clean my tool, and I just push it around into shape.
Sorry.
And remember, it's cell level, so you don't have to make it perfect. You have to push it into shape.
Just get it close.
Yeah, to get it close, and it will level out for you. Just like that.
This feels like a no panic situation.
No, not really. When you work with 3D silicone or clay dough, that's really no panic because you're not working with acrylic. Okay, so now I would try to make the claw. Okay, I will let it rest for just a little bit. Hopefully that is cell level in time, so I can just flash cure this. If not, I have to do the claw while it is still unclear. Just depend on how fast it's cell level. Right now, it's already you already seen it's already trying to smooth itself out. So I'm gonna pick up another bead, and hopefully that is clear by the time I done with my beads. Okay. Keep rolling it. I'm just holding it. Cause silicone are different than clay dough. Clay dough you can hold it, cause it's a drier ingredient, but silicone are completely cell level. So if you hold it like that, it might stick on your gloves. So you keep rolling it, and when it the time come, push it in. Leave it alone. You might push it a few more just for it to adhere, and it's quickly adheres. Cause it's very soft and flexy.
So, Honey Your Nails wants to know, it will stay adhered to the pigment?
Mm-hmm.
And it's chrome, actually, right?
Which one?
She's thinking it's going to come off that top.
No.
I give it to see how quickly he said that. I give it to Chit-chat. That's the first thing you said to me that time you put that flower on my finger. I said, "Are you sure this is not going to fall off?"
It's cell level.
I chewed on it for 3 weeks trying to get it off.
Just don't kill it immediately. Just let it level itself out. When I push on a 3D element, I mean, when you work with it, it's gonna take you more than just 5 or 10 seconds. But let's just say you're a speed demon and it takes you like 5 seconds to get done. Then you probably need to wait about 30 seconds for it to be completely cell level on the surface. Cell level means that it's smooth out.
It's little marks and stuff it took to form it.
It means that if there's hole on the surface, it's a little hole. When it first land on, it was just laying on. But after like 30 seconds, it will start melting into the hole. So that was cell level is. It start melting.
Absolutely not, Jamie. You do not need sticky or base on the chrome before the silicone.
When I first started, I need the help sticky too, because I wasn't that pro with the process yet of how to handling it. I always feel like I have to start molding my silicone before I put it on. But now I know that silicone, now with clay dough, yeah, I will start molding a little bit before I put it on. But silicone, I can just slap it on. That's my experience now. I can slap it on.
You're really just looking for
Because silicone, you can just push it around like that. Now, clay dough, I can push it, but then I try to smooth it out a little bit before I complete. With silicone, it just smooth out automatically. So I can just push it around like this with no worry.
It's not like acrylic where it's going to harden up and you're screwed.
Yeah, but my habit at first is always try to like mold it and all that.
And now you realize just slap. It's more
Just
about proportion at this point.
You
How
just
much you're
slap
going to
it
want
on.
to. Nice.
Okay, now I am going to use the X-Acto knife. I'm going to cut a groove in it like this.
I mean, you did kind of say the hard parts were over, and I felt this was a strong statement of you can't possibly mess this up. And after watching you do it, I feel like if they mess it up, they won't. But they got to listen to exactly what you said. Plop it on there. Don't treat it like
you should plop it on there, and it just start to melt out for you. The reason why I say you cannot mess it up because it's not a timing thing. You can just savor this all day long.
Savor it all day.
Okay, it seems like it's smoothing out. This is totally smooth out. See how the head is? That is a good sign. When that happens, I'm gonna cure it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, done. Next. Try not to contaminate it. As you can see, I have glitter and all that in here. I have used this one for a while.
Well, I must say that.
Okay, notice that when I push it on, this stick this time. But let's say if you push it on and it doesn't stick, you just lay it on. What happened is it stick on your finger more than it stick on the surface. That's why it seems like it doesn't stick. So if that happened, you just roll it like this just to lose it from your fingers, and you just lay it on gently like that.
Reduce the glove surface area.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Sometimes when you push it on and it wouldn't stick, it's just because it stick on your glove more. So obviously it's not gonna stick on the surface.
It's gonna stick with you.
Take me a little while to work and familiar with the material.
So basically, whatever side has the most surface area attaches where it's going to want to go.
Yes. The difference from silicone and clay dough is that this gel, silicone, it dries soft. Meaning after it dry, you can bend it, you can flex it. The time that I desperately need silicone is when I do like wings or anything that are sticking out the nail. I use silicone just so my client doesn't break it.
Smart.
Now clay dough is different, dry completely solid. I use clay dough for details because clay dough is not cell level like silicone does. It's only have 5% on the surface. So when it came to non-cell level stuff, it's easy to add texture, add detail into things. Like let's say I draw a rose. Silicone will be semi-difficult for me to do, but clay dough will be easy breezy. Okay. Now it's time to use X-Acto knife. Oh, and by the way, if you need a surface for your clay dough to rest on, I recommend the lid. Because one thing that clay dough for sure don't stick to, doesn't matter how long it's in, is what it's in. This material right here. Clay dough don't stick to this material at all.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I just found that out recently. Shame that I didn't find it out any sooner. But it's a very good thing to know.
For some reason, that reminded me of Willy Wonka. When that guy was saving the bubble gum or the candy or whatever, for that little.
Okay. This is good in shape, but it needed to be cell level a little bit. It's the surface is still a little have a little mark on it. So let's just leave it alone for a little bit, and we will check back to it after we're done with the tails. Now let's do the tails.
So you're basically giving it time to self-level.
Yeah, cell level.
Get the marks out.
For it to rest and start smoothing out. Now clay dough also do that just on the surface. What this, the entire bead is level out. What clay dough, you put it on the surface, will be shiny, which means if you work on the surface of clay dough and it get murky and dull, within like a minute, it'll be shiny, but that doesn't mean that the bead will be level. If the bead is morphed, it's gonna stay morphed, but the surface will be nice and smooth. That's what clay dough is. Now silicone, the whole thing will be smooth, because the whole thing is cell level.
And then this will be a little rubbery, that way if they bump it, whatever.
It don't break. You cannot break silicone. You cannot
Play-Doh.
break silicone by any force. Now clay dough, you can break it. Anything that is solid, completely solid, with a certain force, you can break it. So with clay dough, if I were to do, let's say, a wings, just sticking out the nail, just a thin piece of hardness, just sticking out the nail, I would definitely use silicone because I can bend it. My client, after it cures, they can bend, they can twist it. They cannot destroy that. A little more info just for you to know what to use. Now, down here.
I used to feel like when you would tell a client something like that, because they'd ask, will this break? And you'd be like, no. I feel like sometimes they went home and tried.
Of course. Of course. You also have to expect that from people. But you cannot break silicone. Doesn't matter what you try, can break it.
Even worse, you can't really pull it apart, any of that crap.
Yeah.
And do know that Tino has lab ratted and tested a lot of different products with the intention of me trying to destroy it. And I show it no mercy. That way we can confidently go into everything, knowing for sure.
Silicone now is not really that exclusive anymore. Quite a few companies already have similar product like silicone. But for clay dough, the clay dough technology is still pretty exclusive because it's not dry. My clay dough is very soft to use. Non-stick and very soft are highly desirable. Because usually when they non-stick, they are hard. Like my glow clay dough. The glow clay dough is hardest. But the essential clay dough, very soft, very nice, like butters.
Like butters.
Mm-hmm. So it's still semi-exclusive, but the silicone is no longer exclusive. A lot of people already have that. Cut this. I'm doing it with the X-Acto knife. I use the same method to draw the bee, to do the bee. If you remember the bee that I did last year.
The honey bee?
I like to do the tail like that, and I just use X-Acto knife and cut it, and it's all nice and perfect. One of my favorite moves. Now here, I like to push it in. We are good. Look at the claw now, all nice and smooth. Perfection right here. So you just let it rest and it'll be perfect. The tail is already perfect. Just because when I cut this, it's all pushing into each other. So that make it automatically smooth. Now, done with this, we're gonna cure this. Before we cure, let's push this end of the tail up a little bit. Okay, cure this. For the rest of the minor detail, I will use clear texture gel because they were so tiny. There's no reason to use 3D elements. clear texture gel here, just for minor little detail. You don't even have to do it if you don't want to. Look at me. I already use like all of my.
Look at me.
I use all my products already. Texture gel is almost out too. Better get a new bottle before the other and get it.
You need me to run out to the factory and get some?
Yeah.
What all you need?
Actually, you can just grab it over there.
Okay.
Yeah. Say goodbye to the old one. My favorite pet peeve is when you dig a hole into your gel.
Pet peeve? The hole diggers?
It's annoying.
It annoys you?
Yeah, it doesn't make the gel bottle pretty. When you have a gel bottle, please just cut it out. Just make it pretty.
Just cut it all out. So
one of my pet peeve is when people open and there's the silver still here and they dig hole, and then they will take the brush and dip into this hole and they have no idea what's going on in there. Don't do that, please. Let it out and open like that. Out the closet, stay out the closet. Don't go back into the closet. Okay, let me find tools and I will scoop out this silicone, this clear texture gel. First, let's give it a nice stir. I just opened it. Okay, good. Now, about 3 months later, if I don't use it, I will stir it again.
This reminds me of the Jelly Belly jewelry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's highly desirable.
Just *ḥiṣōbīrāli is pretty long time.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Been around forever.
I mean, there was like a whole fad, or about 20-year good period where all companies, bunch of companies would get it. You could get cheap up to the very, very good.
Yeah, I don't know what he does, but recently, he just got so much attention in the fashion world. He just got a lot of celebrity go watch him. But obviously, his design innovative lately, very good. Like in 3 or 4 shows already. It's innovative. I could make the tail bigger. Get this.
Now, you can always add on, right?
You can always add on to the clear texture gel that I just painted on. Silicone, when you cure, you're done. You don't add on to it. I never tried to. I don't know if it's difficult or not to add on to silicone. Shouldn't be, but at the first try, you should be able to take care of how big it is. Okay, now I am gonna bronze it. Thank you, Sully. So after it come out, I will bronze it. Now know that for this process, I always would chrome base and chrome it again, just because I look for like perfection.
You?
You can even skip the first chrome and put chrome base on immediately if you want to. I chrome it first just so I can see when everything is clear, Sometimes I cannot see, so I just want to be able to see on this part. Okay. Now I think it's chrome. You can see the dimension in it now. So, time to make it perfect. And as I say, you're working for a client that depend on what they pay you. Because if you get to this part right here and you feel like you don't want to put in any more work, this can be done. Just want to let you know that. But you can always push it. Like how I push it is, for me, chrome, when I start the chrome process, to me, I want it to be like metal. I want to get to a point where people ask me, where you buy that gem? I want to get there. I want to get to that level. Of course, with the knowledge of how you can get there, you can always just stop. You can always pick and choose and stop. The way you show us the shape makes so much easier. Thank you. You're welcome.
I know I
yes, yes. Okay. So my coloring brush right here. My chrome base is right here. Let me show you again. Okay, so I'm gonna use my chrome base to chrome everything. A process that been loved by many people and hated by many people. It depends on how passionate you are on making it chrome. Some people, when they get here, they're ready to go. And that's completely fine. But for me, it is not quite there yet. It's not. That's the reason why I'm attracted to chrome in the first place. Because metal, it's intrigued me. Because it's difficult, you know. Before all the chrome and chrome base and Teflon matte, before all of that, it's difficult to make something become metal like this, metal finish. You have to buy a gem, and you know a gem not gonna fit onto the nail like that. No way. It's gonna have edges and all that sticking out, gonna catch on people's hair and gonna come off.
And you're gonna have to discuss the charm with the people the whole time, build up their assurance that it's gonna stay on, and but really,
well, to me, it's not the adhesion of the charm, more like how it's look. Because when a charm was made, as you know, that most of them have flat surface. So obviously the nail have a curved surface. Always helpful to know how to build it. My first journey on building 3D sculpture like this is with the bee. That year I want to build the Gucci bee. Just couldn't find the charm for it. My client wanted it. I don't have the charm for it. I decided to make one. After I make one, she's freaking in love with it. Ever since, she don't want any charm.
right?
She want me to make it. Just because it fit on her surface so well. Nothing wrong with it. It's functional. She loves it. So now, every time I have any charm, she's like, can you make this? I spoil her. I created a monsters.
You liked it.
But with this knowledge, you don't have to have all the charm out there.
You can do anything.
You can make one.
Walk in the door and you're like, I can do whatever.
Okay, now let's clear this. How many coat of comb base is up to you. Usually just do one, but sometimes in my private personal time, I get greedy and I do two without the acknowledgement of anyone. So just know that there is no such thing as too much chrome coat. The more the better. I want it to be like a piece of metal, cracked by metal, because it will look difficult to be made. And as you know, if it look difficult to be made, then it costs more. Just so you know, if my detail is a little wonky, I just want to let you know that right now both of my eye are blurry. I go dilate my eye about 2 days ago, and right now it's
Just a little off.
None of it is sharp, just so you know. So if my detail is not on point, it's because my eye are crappy right now. Okay. Thank you. They favorite. Say, are you drinking tea? Hermosa say, I'm drinking lemonade. Lemonade. Okay, now the first coat of chrome base always satisfy people. This is a money shot. You can see here. Let me zoom in all the way. Your client can start seeing the chrome surface become really, really chromy. This is when you start to get their attention.
Just now,
Start to get some
we're
respect.
starting to get excited. Oh, respect.
Yes.
I kind of feel like after the first painted one,
Anybody can draw a lobster. Anybody with skill can draw a lobster.
With skill.
But to make a chrome like this, it takes caring. You have to care about it, or else you're not going to put another coat.
Gotta love it.
You have to want to make that chrome to perfection. That's another thing that long time ago I talked to a hairdresser that are very famous, and I say, well, what's the difference between you and them? You know, don't they know how to do that? Can they learn? And he say, well, they know how to do it. They just choose not to because it's waste time. So that's something to think about. Okay.
True.
Now, can put another base on. Can be done right here. To me, this is good enough. Can be done right here. The tail's a little fat, but you get the concept.
I think it's beautiful.
Okay. So your mission is to do it very well. Remember, all the crook and cranny right here, it needs your attention. Okay.
Wow, that's fun. Can I touch it later?
Now, my concept is, you are familiar with this, matte everything and shine it. When you work this hard for beautiful chrome sculpture, you don't want to put a matte coat on it. Because, of course, it's not going to dull it down, but you're paranoid. You work so hard. You can just matte around it. You don't have to put matte on the chrome, but what you have to do is to overlap in the matte on the edge. You have to do that. That is a golden rule. You have no choice. You have to do that.
So like you reverse sealing it kind of, or
like this. Let's say that this heart is chrome. Okay. When you put matte over this, around this, you have to try to overlap the edge of the heart a little bit.
Oh, got it.
Okay. Now, what is the reason why you have to overlap the heart a little bit? So let's say you're not overlapping the heart. Let's say you just paint it around it and you leave the heart completely isolated. Well, when I take shine top coat, I have to cover the chrome. So when I take shine top coat and I paint it over it, you do know that I have to cover the chrome completely or else gonna chip, right? I cannot just leave the edges uncoated like this. I have to try to coat it.
Gotta protect it.
But I mean, how close can you get? That's a question. But for a big object like that, pretty easy to see. But for a small object, I mean, how close can you get to completely cover it? That is a question, because you leave just a little bit, chip immediately. So people's instinct is always to take the top coat and go out of line a little bit. But you see everything around it is matte. So now when you go up line, you're going to see a shine vein right around it.
Extra and ugly,
so
probably.
Yeah, it's probably ugly.
Yeah.
So your rule and your golden rule is when you mat it, you always overlap the edge of the heart with the mat. That way you know for sure that that edge is sealed. So when you put the shine in here, you don't have to cover it all the way.
Oh, yeah.
You can just cover a little bit.
Shine it where you want it.
Right, right.
No, that makes sense.
Does that make sense?
So you're sealing it from the upside and
right.
then capping it, basically.
And what I'm saying is, I'm going to go in with my shine, but I don't have to go try hard to look close and try to get near the edge, because I know that the edges are already have matte on it to
already
cover
up
it.
and protected.
It's already protected.
Got it.
Right. So now let's get my mat out, and I already explained this. So I'm gonna go around it with my coloring brush. This is my coloring brush. Now I get excited every time I get to go around.
I know, right?
But before,
yeah.
I'm stuck in with Topcoat and liner brush, so I don't get excited. But now I get excited because I have tool for it.
You always get excited about something.
Now I can see this. I can overlap this. You can even overlap in the claw, and it's small detail. You can overlap it. It's just up here is so nice. I actually don't want to matte whatever up here.
Right.
But yeah, don't be afraid to overlap the lobster. You doing yourself a favor. Trust me.
So what I'm thinking is this is going to get even prettier, isn't it?
No, it's already pretty. Right now, what we're doing, we make sure that it doesn't come off. This is a sealing process.
You're going to put a shiny top coat on it, and it's going to get prettier.
No. A shiny top coat doesn't change the chrome look. What we are past the pretty. We are at
this is all we get. This is it. Darn.
This. We are past the prettiness. We are at the functional process.
Functional.
When you make something pretty, you also have to make it practical and functional. Or else, client go home with chip, pretty much done, pointless. So right now we are ensure that it stays there.
We will call and tell you about it.
So the background is Teflon matte, and I just want to go over with matte just to make sure that it's nice and velvety. Take it out. Now, then I'm going to put shine on it over it. Shined it. Again with my coloring brush, but please make sure that it's clean, because it's a matte. You don't want matte to make with shine. Okay, shine on. Again with my coloring brush. See all this edge? When you pen over this edge, you can feel comfort that it's sealed. Because before, if I have seen no matte edge, then I'm very worried. I have to actually look really close just to ensure that I seal all my chrome. But now with the matte edge, I can put my guard down a little bit.
Relax.
I know that it's already been sealed on the edge. It's not going to come off. The reason why I keep in between is just because when I work with top coat, I always do that. I would doubt that it do anything at all. It's just because there's just one time when I applied top coat on a nail, and then I was gone for 2 hours. And I didn't clear it or anything. I just put it on the table. And when I go back, the top coat, it dripped underneath the nail and everything. Because it's been 2 hours. It's just staying on. So I know that it's moved. It just moved very slowly. So that's why ever since I always top coat. I always keep in between just to freeze it. That's why it doesn't move. It's just a precaution. It's just a very good habit to know.
do the top coat about 2 times. My client always comes back saying to peel it off. Is it the product?
When you top coat about 2 times and your client come back and it's still peel up, that must be a full cover now. So when you do a design like this, you don't have to worry about it peeling up. But when you do a full cover now, you should know that right at the edge, if it all chrome, it's gonna chip if they scratch it, because if they scratch it, it's gonna peel off that layer that you edge. And know that it doesn't matter how much layer of top coat you put on. You can put on 10 layers, it'll be the same, because top coat don't adhere to chrome. Only base coat adhere to chrome. So when it comes time to secure my chrome, I always use my sticky. I could not repeat it more than enough. I always use my sticky, but a lot of people think that maybe they put on 3 coat of sanded, or maybe they put on like a thick layer of 3D jelly
to protect it.
Doesn't matter how thick you apply, it's gonna chip up no matter what. If your client scratch that edge away, it's gonna chip. Because top coat doesn't stick to chrome, you need to treat your chrome like your natural nail. Top coat don't stick to your natural nail. Nail polish doesn't stick to your natural nail. Only base coat does. So base coat is a little more different than polish.
So you put your chrome on, then your base coat, and it acts like a 2-way double take.
Right, because base coat is a little different than polish and top coat. Base coat is designed to stick on inorganic material or organic material or foreign material, which means any material that does not consider gel or acrylic, because gel automatically will stick on acrylic or other gels. It's just that a fingernail is not going to stick on gel at all. But a fingernail will stick on base coat. You have to apply base coat first when you do a manicure. If you don't apply base coat and you apply...
And when you're saying base coat, you mean your chrome
I'm not
base
done.
coat.
I'm not done.
Sorry.
If you don't apply base coat first, your polish is going to chip. If you skip your base coat and apply 1 coat and 2 coat of polish and 10 coat of top coat, it's gonna chip. If you apply 20 coat of top coat, it's still gonna chip if you skip the base coat. So you have to have base coat on your fingernail. So I want you to treat your chrome exactly like your fingernails. But the reason why I don't use base coat on chrome, because some base coat can bleed chrome. That's why I use sticky. Now when sticky go on chrome, it actually stick on chrome. And then it's also stick onto the top coat that's gonna put over the sticky. That is like a double-sided tape. Now sometimes sticky inhibition layer can be a little tricky. Sometimes for certain top coat, whenever that happens, you can just take alcohol and wipe off the sticky, and then you can just top coat it and everything will be good. So remember that when you're dealing with chrome, especially when your client has problem with chrome, no, that doesn't matter how much layer you put on top coat. If she have that problem, it's always gonna be there until you put on that base, the sticky coat. So that's why I use sticky gel, because sticky gel makes sure that it stick on chrome completely. And then some people use gel primer, also work too. But base coat usually bleed chrome. And you probably will see me repeat this information quite a bit, because we always have new people, and there are always people who have problem with chrome. And I have problem with chrome before, and trust me, it's a big headache to worry about. So it's a very good information to know.
Right, because you really, like...
Hear this.
Marisol said it's embarrassing when they come back.
It is.
It's awkward.
It
Plus,
is.
they're going to come while you probably have another client. You're going to look bad in front of them.
It is. And not just that, but when it happened once with them, when you do it again, and you have no answer on the problem, you just try to go on as many top coat you can, just hope that it's work. You're going to lose sleep over it. I did. Before, when I couldn't find out the answer, I lose sleep. I lose sleep over it. I sleep and I count the day that it's gonna happen. You know, is it gonna be next week? It's gonna be 2 weeks later, but eventually it's gonna happen. So that's why that is good if you know the answer. That's why you can sleep at night. Now, I already take it out. Time to switch nails. I already erased my coat of metal effect, so I have to take out more metal effect gels. Paradigm now say the top coat is shiny. The chrome doesn't look as shiny as it did before I top coated. You have to make sure that you does it well. See how shiny this is? Make sure that there's no loose dirt on the surface. If there is a little bit of loose dirt, when you top coat it, it will emerge on the surface.
It'll kind of like bleed out a little bit.
Glittery.
Right. No, yeah, I see.
Glittery, not shiny and gorgeous. It's like glittery looking.
Yeah. Well, it's an extra piece.
Whenever that happened, at first try to dust it, but in your spare time, what you should do is you take our nails, you draw a line, okay, and then you kill it, and your own time, you don't see any decline or anything, and you try to dust it really, really good, and then you try to top coat it to see if the problem's solved. If you after many times of dusting it and the problem just not solved, then that means that the gel underneath might be an issue. It might have a curing issue, but you see, that's rarely happen, because if the gel underneath have curing issue, when you rub your chrome on, it'll be ugly right away. It's not going to be pretty. So if your chrome is pretty when you rub it on, then that's not really a gel. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If the gel have a hard time to cure, when you rub the chrome on, it'll be ugly right away. It'll be like, oh, what's this? It'll be ugly.
Yeah, the mix is already going on.
So if you rub the chrome on and it's pretty, the gel is good. And then when you put the top coat on and then you start having problem, that I'm guarantee you that does 100%.
Yeah. So you need make sure you got good lighting so you can see for sure.
What happened is, well, let me show you. Let me take metal effect gel and draw a line.
Let me screw one up for you.
I'll show you the chroming process. So I draw a line right here. Okay, I'm gonna chrome this too. Okay, so if I have problem clearing this gel, when I rub on chrome, it'll be crazy looking. Okay, I'm gonna clear this. 60 seconds.
Be careful, I touch one of the lobsters while we're waiting. That looks so, you just want to.
Yeah, touch it. Gold and bronze. I like them both. I like them both. I just use gold while I still having it. I'm like a prisoner for gold. I love gold with all my heart and soul. But now it's already gone because you guys already bought all of it. So I have no gold left. So I need bronze. New bronze until I order it again. I should have saved me a few bottles, but I ordered a lot of gold chrome. I didn't think of a day where I don't have gold chrome, because gold chrome is essential to me. Okay, now chrome this. It's already cured for 60 seconds. Okay. Okay. So you see me chrome it very quickly. Yeah. After people chrome this, they're ready to go. This is what people do.
That's what people do.
So that's it, love it. And ready to go. Well, I just want you to know
Creamy.
that how chrome work is that it's tiny particle of chrome or glitter. I call it glitter, but I'm sure it's not glitter. It's tiny particle lay on a nail surface, right? And lay very close to each other. But you see, the particles are so tiny that there's particle right on top of it. You might not know, but it looks nice and shiny. Ooh, you always see me doing this. When I rub it on, like let's say I use shadow applicator, you see me doing this a lot where I re-rub it. I make sure that everything is taken. And sometimes you see me doing this. Is that familiar?
Double checking, yeah.
No, this is not double checking. This is me taking my finger, rubbing on the surface because I know there's loose dust.
Oh, so you're...
I am cleaning it with my fingers. Dust is not enough for me. A brush is not enough. Sometimes I do this just to make sure that they all come out. Because if there is tiny bit of dust on the surface, because you can't see it, it's microscopic, you can't see loose dust. You make sure that all the dust is completely gone on the surface. Oh, tiny little particles.
She said she thought you were checking if it was dry.
No. I'm cleaning it.
Yeah.
You notice that? You might think, oh, that's so like unnecessary. Oh. See how pretty my chrome is.
Well, it's particularly funny coming from her because she's been here for so long.
Yeah.
So for all these years.
It's my fault. I didn't explain it thoroughly, but now you know. Now we know. One thing that I have done is I view our audience as, I mean, we have done this for 1+ years already. I always view us as we have been doing this for a while. I just totally disregard that there's new people every single day. Every time we do live, there's new people coming in. Those new people have no clue of what we're doing. So yeah, so now I'm gonna go through it by details. Now, coloring brush or liner brush, that's completely up to you. I'm gonna use my 10 millimeters. What I am gonna do is build it up. I'm not going to the top coat just yet. I'm gonna build this up. So I'm gonna take my 10 millimeter and my clear texture gels, and I am drawing a line right here. Okay. And I am gonna, while it's still wet, I'm gonna take it and build it up a little more before I flash here. So while it's wet, it's easy to just touch it and it will adhere to the gel underneath and will guide it up. Clear texture gel is a non-cell level gel, so you can build up pretty high before it starts to collapse. 3D jelly will collapse right away. So this gel will be able to hold for a little longer before it starts collapsing. Okay. Now I can clear. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The reason why I kept this long, I forgot to charge my clamp for like a week, and it's still on, but I know it's not strong enough. I need to charge it. I forgot. I keep forgetting. It's so convenient. I keep forgetting it. Okay, so now I already cured it. That means that it's froze. I am put on another layers. Clean my gel, and I'm gonna drag this out more on each side. Drag this out more. Okay, now let's continue build it up. It's not enough for me. addicted into doing this because there's no risk on doing this. It doesn't break, it doesn't do anything. I love texture like this. More. Let's get it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So avant-garde, honey. Can you imagine it if I'm a fashion designer? Leave it up to me to dress women. Go crazy on it. Okay. Now, build it up more. Ooh, I got greedy. Ooh, look how high I did. I got greedy. Hopefully it doesn't collapse on me. No, it doesn't. It's pretty good. Beautiful. Look how high it is. Yes. Okay. So now it looks like a three-dimensional creatures. Let's kill this. And then we'll top coat everything and we'll chrome it again. Oh yeah, honey, you know, like the music. Yes, Tanya. I love avant-garde looks. I love metal art. It's one of my favorites.
Yes.
It's alienate looking. It's out of this world. I love anything that look difficult to make. Okay, let's comb this too. Clear texture gel, you can comb it.
You make it look so easy.
Thank you. Now this is going to be a little tricky because it's in the crevices right here. That means when you does, you gotta be extra attentive. Beautiful. Now, let's go back with this a little bit just to make sure everything is adheres. You ever adheres chrome and you look close up and that little spot, just empty spot in the surface? Yeah, make sure that you really rub that in. Make sure everything is covered. Make sure you does everything well. Does everything exceptionally well.
Spotless.
Spotless. Okay, now when you rub the chrome on, if it's pretty like this, it's not the gel. If it's a gel fall right now, it doesn't look attractive. So if all it looks attractive, now you just have to make sure your top coat is on point. So I'm gonna put on some chrome base to chrome it again, just because I want it to be extra chromy. So I'm gonna top coat this. Okay. Make sure everything is free. I mean, you can feel the squeakiness of it. Now I am going to choose a coloring brush.
Your new favorite, but don't tell the other brushes.
I find it really useful. I find it really, really useful. I already told you that every product we have from now on are very
Specific.
Could notice I don't have more than one thing at a time. I only have just one thing, and then I have another things.
Because it requires a necessity.
Yeah, cause I already have all the necessary that I need. I already have my polish. I have my gel pen. I have all my effect gel. I have all the glitter that I want. I have all the chrome that I want. So now, each one of my product will be. I gotta need it.
Yeah.
I have everything that I require. That a nail artist require. Now everything now is extra. Okay, so chrome base. Now Paradigm now knows that if it get ugly in this process, means that it need more dusting. Know that. Supposed to be all nice and shiny. Oh, I'm assuming that you my chrome.
Well, she's not. So we troubleshooted on the side, and we realized that
I take it back.
Yeah, because you've got such a strong top coat, it's gonna.
Paradigm now, I suggest you to buy one of my chrome. You don't have to buy a whole bunch. You go on the website and you buy just one. Gold, obviously, but we sold out gold. So buy bronze. You buy one color and you try it. And after you try it, then I don't care how many you buy. You can buy the whole collection. But the reason you buy one is just to make sure that the chrome is a problem. Okay, because mine is pressed. Buy the pressed one, don't buy the loose one. The loose one requires more experience. But the pressed one, I made it so it doesn't get ugly. Because the particles are very small on these. Oh, I'm glad I asked. I almost bypassed that. I'm assuming you have my chrome, but you doesn't have my chrome. The chrome could be an issue. Buy one color. Buy one color and see. Just make sure that it's a chrome. And after it's all fabulous, then buy the whole things. Bingo. Yeah, you make sure you have my chrome. You make sure you have proper product that here's chrome. And the brush. Don't forget the brush. Don't forget about my brush story when I go to Sacramento, I believe, or San Antonio. I don't remember. But I didn't bring my fluffy. And I'm telling you, I have problem with I struggle with dusting because the brush I was using, the bristle is hard. Like my fluffy, the bristle is soft, right? So it doesn't matter how hard I go. I can go like this. I can go really hard like that. And I'm fine. And I totally disregard that privilege that the fluffy give me. When I go to Sacramento or San Antonio, I use a different brush. And I'm telling you, this bristle are a little stiff. And when I brush, my chrome chip up, scratch my chrome. So I have to go light. But when it comes to eliminate dust, I cannot go light. I got to be able to go crazy. You need something with a soft bristle. Your makeup brush will do. If you have a makeup brush for face, that would do too. Something soft. You don't want something with short bristle because short means stiff. You want something with long bristle. And you want your finger to be able to sink into the brush. See how soft it is. Soft as there's no hard edge anywhere. Remember, all proper ingredient. But now that I'm glad that Paradigm Chrome doesn't work, so we can know how good our Chrome is. That's actually a good thing. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it and apply it. So this is my second time. Just so you know, you can be done right here, but my client are extra and they pay good. So I'm giving them a second
Double dip.
I'm giving them extra. Tino give extra love when they pay more. Make sure that it's molten. That's why I'm attracted to all this beauty metallic look. Yeah, that's why I love this. Just all nice and shiny. Just like a piece of metal that welded into your nail. My absolute favorite. That's what trigger me. It's my trigger. I love things like this.
Trigger.
It looked like something. It doesn't look like something you draw on. It's something like Mary Beck would ask me, "Oh, where do you get that polish? Or where do you get that charm, that sticker, whatever this is? Where you get that?" And I would tell Mary Beck, "I made it." And she would tell me, "Oh, you lied to me. You don't want me to do now as good at you, so you lied to me. Tell me, please, where did you buy that piece?" I said, "I made it. I can show you the stuff that I used to make it." But no, she just want to buy whatever it is.
You want to buy the piece and glue it on.
Yeah. Okay. So I need a tips. Let me show you my ꜱᴄဃɪᴘ again. In English, we call it ꜱᴄဃɪᴘ, and in Italian, we call it ꜱᴄဃɪ. So it's different. ꜱᴄဃɪ. Different pronunciation. So I'm gonna use both white material. One is a gel pen and one is a pigment base. Gel pen to do details and pigment base to fill in. You can either use gel pen for everything or you can use gel polish for everything. But I separate it because it's easy and it's require more it's have more control. Yeah, probably take you about 5 seconds to switch from gel pen to gel polish, but you're gonna have control. The gel pen will make sure that whatever line you draw on, it doesn't move. Everything that you draw in here will stay in line. That's what the gel pen will give you. Wednesday is my surgery day, by the way. I am in surgery Wednesday.
So we may be out for at least 3 or 4 days, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. I already have line on now. I just start filling in. Yes, I have to use my coloring brush for this. See my coloring brush?
So smooth.
I'm telling you, this coloring brush is cutest. I'm in love with my coloring brush. I just don't want to admit it because I have other brush. You see, the coloring brush is a new kid on the block. But I mean, this have been saving our life for a long time.
Old Faithful.
Old Faithful. I cannot betray its trust by falling in love with another brush. So I want to keep it down low a little bit.
Because ultimately, we are relying on the 1020.
The 10 and the 20 have been my friend. I love it. And it's a bestseller in all the brushes because people use it most. But the coloring brush is pretty good. I find myself using it.
It's earned its keep.
I need it. I need it. Weird to say. I need it. And it's know that I need it. It's very cocky. It just it just sit there. It's like I don't need you, Tino. Don't use me. But then I like, you could be good for this process. Okay, now I'm using matted. Again, you don't have to put matted on the whole chromey area, but remember it's good to overlap it. See how I overlap it? So you can know that what around it is already sealed. So when the time to top coat, you can let your guard down just a little bit. Only work with big design like this. But with small, tiny little line, you gotta mat everything. But with a design like this, it's big, it's bulky, that's fine. Just mat around it here. That is matted, that I just used. Now I'm gonna use shine.
You know, it's gonna be beautiful with the bronze.
Yeah. How long did it take to make 5? So your preferable time for a nail artist to make decent money is 2.5 hours. That is based on me. Before, when I do nail, I will spend about an hour for foundation. Sometimes it take me 45 minutes, but give myself an hour. Foundation is a part that I don't talk, I don't get. I'm robotic going through it. So it's boring.
Yeah.
After the foundation, I will leave myself 1.5 hours for 10 fingers. That means that one finger you have to get done in 15 minutes. I never do one finger at a time. I always jump 10 fingers at a time. I'll do layer, tip, block, shine, whatever, design, layer. I do all the steps the same. So let's say one of my clients do this Sculpting design. I will go in with nude. Why I'm doing nude and why this here I do white. After this white here, when it come out, I do chrome. And when this here, I will start to work on this design right when I'm working on this. And when after I do this, this texture, everything. And then for this pixie gel on the other hand, and when this done, I go stone. So every step is the same time, not working on this finger and then jumping onto another finger. You will never get done like that. You have to know your layer, which means a person have to practice the design before. Now, when you get to a certain point, you don't have to practice. Let's say you're 10 years into this business where you design every single day. At that point, you don't have to practice. Like me, I don't have to practice technically. I can skip practice. And when I can think of design because I can see it in my head. The design I can see in my head. So I know my layers because I do my homework. So when I imagine the design, I can actually go in with all 5 fingers. Not with teaching, of course, but with doing now. But a person should not do one finger like this, like one finger, and then when it's done, it jump into another finger. No, you have to do all 10 nails all at once. 15 minutes a nail, 1.5 hours.
And that way, also when you're doing 10, you got them cure,
yeah.
And then
left hand cure, you work on right hand immediately. Right hand cure, left hand immediately. All 5 fingers. Remember that. If it's too stressful for you, that's what practice is for. But for some people, they don't need practice. For some people, they just need to learn. Like me, like if I never do a lobster design before, then before my client come, I probably spend 15 minutes just to whip out quick ugly lobster just to see where my layer is at. And then after that, I jump into her nail right away. Okay, so I already mapped this. Now let me show you the part where I overlap. You see this? Overlap with matte. See? Overlap with matte, the whole thing. So when I color the shiny here, when I get out to the edge right here, I don't have to get all the way out to the edge because I know that it's sealed already. Now let's say your matte doesn't overlap the chrome edge. Well, then that chrome is leaving it out or naked, open, no secure on the edge. So when you put shine on the chrome, you have to try to get all the way out here and maybe overlap it a little bit. Maybe overlap the wire a little bit. Just so this whole piece can be secure. But you see everything around is matte. If you have a little shine overlapping, it'll be ugly. So take the matte and overlap the shine. So now when you sealed it, you can put your guard down a little bit.
Can relax.
You can relax now. Shine it. Hi, New York City. I'm struggling because I'm new to now. I don't know what's the essential or to buy. I want to buy everything. Okay, so I want to tell you this. You need 3 elements that you have to have. One is nail polish. Choose one that are nice, opaque. But remember that is a difference between opaque gel polish that chip and opaque gel polish that doesn't chip. That's why it takes me so long to have my gel color, because it's very easy to take a gel of any color and put as much pigment into it to make it super opaque, but it might chip because light doesn't kill it correctly. So remember, choose something nice and opaque, but something that are quality so it doesn't chip. Wow. Now, that gel polish, you don't use just to polish now. You use for art. If you draw a face, you're going to color it in with gel polish. You draw a heart, a tattoo, you're going to color it in. You need gel pen for details. That's element number 3. Number 2 is gel pen to draw thin little hairline, draw eyelash, stuff like that. Gel pen is thicker so it doesn't run like gel polish. So that is the second element that you need. And then the third element is shading. Like you need jelly gel, or mine, I have stained glass gel. It's for shading. My colors are down here in gel polish. I have 15 color now. This is a bundle. These are my colors. And these are the board that I designed for you. So you can mix color, and these are easy to mix it, a 50-50 mix. Let's say I'm attracted to this shade. So this color right here, I can tell that it's from magenta and is from turquoise. So if I take turquoise and magenta, this 2 color right here, and if I mix it 50-50,
that way they got an option at 160 some odd different colors.
Right.
With a simple 50-50 mix.
Right. Yeah, because there's many way of mixing gel, but that is the easiest way because it's 50-50, meaning 50 of this, 50 of that, half and half. Anybody can mix that, and that will become a beautiful shape that you see on the color chart. If you buy individual color, then each individual color you will see that I also, and this is a big project too. I also have combination of that color with any color that I have over here. So now you know, if you take aqua and mix with halo, you have a nice lime. If you take aqua and mix with brown, you have these moss colors. Aqua and white are beautiful, nice and light. These are beautiful color, a leaf green. You use aqua and yellow, obviously. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I like magenta and aqua.
I think you're gonna like more, honey.
And this color is unique, like a moss red. I use red and aqua. I never expect this color, but I love this color too. One shine, one matte. Ugh. I recently just have 3 more color. Before I have 12 color, now I have 3 more. It's 15. But this the mixing is only for 12, so I obviously have more work to do.
You gotta update the.
I gotta update the mix, but you still can use the old mix. Just 12 color will be good too. But I have more color now. 3 more for like about 4 months or so. Okay, so now let's trace back with Shande. So yeah, you just have to have a gel polish, a gel paint, and then you have to have a sheer gel for you to do shading. Because when you do like a face or something, when you want to shade, you need something that are sheer. Because solid gel are very difficult to shade. After you have all the 3 elements, then you have to get some brush. Because brushes are very essential. After you have those, then whatever you buy next, you need to understand it before you buy it. Because I have a lot of stuff, a lot of special stuff, but you have to understand those, or else you're not going to know how to use it.
Is builder gel the same as pigment gel that you have on your website?
No, pigment base, no.
Pigment gel. Oh,
Here it is.
builder gel the same as pigment gel.
But pigment base, like this? Is it what you're talking about? Pigment base? Because pigment base is a gel polish.
I got a little confused.
Let me see the question. Is builder gel the same as pigment gel that you have on your website now? No. Let me show you what builder gel are similar with. So I have this gel, is 3D jelly. Now, 3D jelly is a builder gel. Like I have customer a lot from Australia actually that use builder gel and they buy in bulk quantity because they build their nails. But 3D jelly are more than just a builder gel. 3D jelly is snow white, so you cannot hear chrome. Just like the texture gel that I just did with the ꜱᴄဃɪ쏘ᴘᴇʟɪ right here. I use texture gel just because it's non-cell level. It's opposite from a builder gel. This one doesn't move. It's for things like this. Like I can build it. It doesn't collapse. This one, it will collapse because it's built to be level. So it is very similar to builder gel, except for you can chrome this and you can also use it as blooming material because it blooms slow. So this is a little more special than builder gel, but these are only one of my products that are closest to builder gel. The rest are far from builder gel. Okay. Let's see this here. Did I already clear this? Yes. Okay, so now it's clear all the way. Now, I am going to use texture effect gels. So I am going to use this gel texture effect right here. I have no primer. What?
Oh, they're in the middle of a.
Oh,
Tara's got it.
I'm telling
Tara's
you.
got it.
Primer, I use Tammy Taylor primer for 13 years. Tammy Taylor, I would say, is the best primer. I love Tammy Taylor primers. Oh, Tammy.
Oh, Tammy.
Oh, Tammy. Okay, now, this gel right here, remember I already matte this, I already shine this, everything is well secure. Now, let's take a little bit of this goodness with our coloring brush, of course. This gel is way different than a typical gel because it don't cell level. I'm going to use it for textile patterns. Press hard. This build to preserve all the different stroke in it. Texture, all the different texture that you give it. Now remember, texture gel is not builder gel. Don't be building it really thick. I want to make like a fabric patterns. Because Schiaparelli do a lot of draping and a lot of like the dress that Taylor Swift wear. Yeah, like that. The white dress that Taylor Swift wear by Schiaparelli.
I think I've seen it.
Yeah, she got a Schiaparelli custom made. I don't know how the hell she gets so popular. I don't know what she did. I'm intrigued.
I love you. No, that looks so fun.
It is fun. Before, I wouldn't even dream of using my liner brush for this. I'm telling you, my liner brush don't do this. But with this gel, before I only used it for carving, but my coloring brush have convinced me that I can use it for drawing. Because before, this gel is way too strong for my liner brush to even try to maneuver through it. Even pick it up is difficult. But this coloring brush is a warrior. It's picking up gel like no one business. It's like, I can do it, I can do it. Now, I still need my liner brush to engrave, because you know that I use a clean liner brush to move through it and engrave more pattern in it like this. And then I'm going to clean this. So it's clean again, so I can do it again. See what I'm doing? I added more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's like one of them ASMR moments or something. I was over here just in a trance watching you do that.
I am totally addicted.
Oh,
I am
sharp,
totally
man.
addicted.
That V's off in there. I mean, even without the lobster, that's badass.
Yes.
That piece right
now,
there.
Now this is for you to make money, but these are for you to earn just reputation, for you to get attention from social media. If there's a client that wants it, sure, just chart accordingly. Just more like a lobster, make sure you go for about $30-$40. You know, if you're really confident, then you go for more. You just have to make sure nothing cheap, everything stay until they come back.
Mm-hmm. You know, what I noticed was once your clients became confident and comfortable, then they became confident and comfortable.
Yeah, it's very nervous. Every time I do something that I think that something might happen to it, not because I worry about disappointing my client. It's just that I always very confident. I always have a sassy attitude toward them. So that means that everything I do have to be flawless.
Right.
But if anything go wrong, I couldn't keep up with that sassy attitude.
Right.
Now I have to be humble. Maybe try to give them a discount. That's no way. No way. I have to make sure everything is flawless. Whenever you get bored of playing with it, you can kill this.
Whenever you get bored
Yeah,
playing with it.
I'm not bored yet. I need like one more line, like right here. There. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Let's wrap this up. So addicting. Look at all this line.
Do too.
What's that?
Plaster.
I love. Yeah, I would love plaster.
Yeah.
Okay, kill this. Whenever you're ready, you kill. See all the beautiful texture? That's not your grandmother gel. That's not your grandmother gel. This is modern. This gel is special. It's not your grandmother's gel. It's not Sally Hansen from Sally Beauty Supply. It's not. It's not. It's not. You can call me Sally, but that's not from Sally Beauty Supply. It's not your grandmother's gel. After that, here you're ready to remove the shine of that.
You know, I don't know why we haven't done some kind of plaster huge picture wall thing.
I'm busy with nails. I have more hobby. I'm just my schedule are very busy, especially lately because I have a new format that I'm working on. And those 2 weeks in where were we? Somewhere in California. Anaheim. Those 2 weeks in Anaheim have put a dent on my content. But I'm thirsty for content. Okay, now
Just tuning in. Which gel was that?
texture gels, texture effect gel. Anything that you see me have texture on it, it means that it's non-cell level. It means you can carve in it. And I redo all my label for you. I have printed about 15,000 labels. I have decided to get rid of all of it, and I make new labels. I got Cindy said I want to spend some extra money. I have made new label because what happened to this label? I have include instruction, just brief instruction underneath, so you can have an idea of what it is. Like I was inspired of my Teflon mat, because you can see here I have on non-sticky to chrome powder. I love it. Because people look at it like, yes, I know what it is. So I need to do it to all of it. I love the brief instruction. Just for some people, they just have no idea.
Yeah.
And that give them sort of an idea.
Because you do tend to with your experience, not think about simple-minded people like me that need every guide.
The reason why before I don't put instruction on, because a product, there's no way that I can explain everything that it does on the label. I can have some brief instruction for you, but to explore everything that it do, I can't. I don't even know everything that it can do. That took time. That took experiment playing with, because literally just one product alone, if you combine product like my 3D jelly and my ink, I mean, you already know what happened when I mix these two together. It's make bubbles. It's fabulous. So just one product, yeah, it do things, but when you fuse them in together, it's do different things. There's no way I can explain what all a product do in a label, but I can give you an idea of what it is. Now,
those fold out labels like a medication. It's
you gotta be no, you don't have to be thankful, but I am thankful that it's not so basic to understand. Or else other people already, or Tinovo product is no longer exclusive. It will be easy obtainable by other company, but because of its intricacy, until now I'm still holding the exclusiveness.
How do you always look cute with your exclusiveness?
Exclusiveness. Tino love exclusiveness.
Oh.
Okay. Alcohol, the reason is I prefer it's matte. If you want to shine, you can just leave with the alcohol. I prefer it shine. I prefer it's matte. Make sure you take your fingernail and check. Make sure everything is solid. Okay, good. That's how I just check all the gel. Make sure it's solid. Okay, so that is a design that inspired by Schiaparelli.
Beautiful, honey.
Thank you.
With texture gel, do you have to top coat it?
You can if you want, but you don't have to. You don't have to top coat it. It's no white for chrome. You can apply chrome on it. With chrome on it, and if you put chrome on it, you have to top coat it. But if you don't put chrome on it, you don't have to top coat it. Just don't put it too thick. Okay. A lot of people mistake texture for emboss, and they put it really thick, like 3D jelly, color 3D jelly. Where is it? Like color 3D jelly, yeah, it built for emboss. It's not non-cell level, but it's built for emboss, meaning you can build it up as high as possible. But for a gel like this, it's not built for emboss. It's built for texture, meaning you can carve it. So make sure you distinguish the difference. Because this is a builder gel. Originally, this is a color builder gel. That's why you can use it and you can build it up, and it doesn't cause wrinkle. It's cured solidly. But for a gel like this, it's built for you to make fun texture out of, not emboss. Make sure they are different. One is texture and one is emboss. Okay. Are we done here? Are we done here?
I think we are.
I almost didn't come today. Didn't come online today because my eyes, but I only have I only have 2 days left. Monday and Tuesday, and then I went into surgery. So I figure more light, more merrier.
Knows like Tam said, and it's great that you have all the descriptions on the website of the product.
I try. And where is my phone? I want to show them.
Recording up there.
No.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. So if you go on my website, you might discover that I am in the middle of something. For you. Okay, let me go on to Photoshop. So you already know that I have changed this because I think this is pretty. And
I like it better.
Yeah. And then I can my category. It's just 2 for now because again, I need time. So I'm slowly transforming all this until this. And I like this. Look at my font. You can have an idea of what that category is all about too. So that's something that I'm doing. This art gel. See how pretty? The ombre background, the font. I like it. And let me go into essential. I need to show you some other things. Or pigment. Onto pigment. So my new background is unicorn. So you see this background right here? That is what I'm attracted to. I'm gonna use it from now on, like essential. Let me see, essential. The magnet, see that? See the background. So I love the background. So that's why I'm going with items. So that's a process. Ooh, and it took me a long time to have all of that re-picture and retake and everything. But yeah, it's my new look.
I'm proud of it.
Yeah, I like it. You like it?
Watch you completely build everything from scratch, and you know.
Yeah, I do everything.
Everything.
I don't have photographer or video make. I mean, Cindy does, but they're crappy.
No, you've done everything yourself because
I've done everything myself.
Be happy with the way people do other stuff.
I'm not happy with other
If it's not as good as the professionals, you will keep going until you are a professional.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned about you.
Photographer, they have like God complex.
Well, they go to school, they get educations, they got stuff to pay for, but you are a genius by
I done everything. I done my photo, I done my scripting. That's why I have a lot of work. I enjoy it. Just want to let you know how busy it is. That's why sometimes if I don't come on live, don't think that because I'm not coming on live that I'm probably in the Bahamas sipping margarita.
Oh no, it's
I work a lot.
Work.
Yeah,
it's not work. You love what you're doing.
I love what I do.
And know that we love what everyone else is doing because watching everybody grow, they don't know how excited we get about it. And because that is your ultimate goal is to make people a better artist easier.
Thank you, Blue Star. Blue Star said your look, your talent, your personality. You're a star and a master of your craft. Thank you.
What's the difference between embossing gel and texture gel?
So emboss meaning big, like you can draw on a surface. You can build it up like a mountain, like this. You can build it up. Textures meaning you can carve it. A typical gel, you cannot carve it like this. The moment you try to carve it, it blends back together. The reason why you can carve this because it's non-cell level, meaning that it don't smooth out by itself. That's why whenever you carve, it stays there. It doesn't fuse in each other. That's what texture is. But texture doesn't mean that you can take that and build it up really high. Now, this one right here, I built it up with clear texture. The only reason why clear texture gel work on me because it's clear. Whatever it is that are clear, you can always build it up. It's not gonna wrinkle because it's clear. The light gonna make sure that it's clear all the way. That is the one requirement that embossed gel have to have. But texture gel so far is a gel that allows you to carve. Yes, it's my dream to one day have a gel that can do texture and emboss at the same time. But the chemical process that allows that to happen is tremendously difficult. Yes, I am on it, but it's difficult to have something you can build, but yet it doesn't level that you can carve to. It's difficult, but doesn't mean that impossible. It's coming. It's coming. It just needs time. And right now, I'm taking all my time because I already have everything that I need. So I'm taking time.
Well, thinking everything out that way.
Oh, yes, I have pressed pigment. I use it soon. Now, my pressed pigment is not from India. It's from China.
So thank you for teaching in an easy to understand manner.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so I have pressed pigment. It's not Indian pigment. It's Chinese pigment. It's not as quality as Indian pigment. One of the things that I like it is that it's pressed, which means you don't have to take it out from a paper towel. It's not loose powder. You can just dig into it, and then paint it on your nail. You don't have normal pigment. I have, I have to put
the cap off. Yeah.
Put on a paper towel because I need it to absorb and grab on the paper towel like pressed pigment does. But this is already pressed, so there's no loose powder. So you don't have to take out on paper towel. That is a pro. Now, the con, number one, is not Indian pigment. So it's not as quality as Indian pigment. It's from China. But another con is that you cannot mix it. It's already pressed. If I want red mixed with green, I can't mix it because if I put it here, it's not enough. I need loose powder.
Yeah.
Loose powder allow me to mix and combine. That is a pro and con. Con is that you cannot mix them together and it's not come from India. But pro is that you don't have to put it out in a paper towel like my other pigment. Now, these pigment are quality pigment. This is Indian pigment. But because of the loose powder, if you take it and slap it on the nail, it's going to be very messy. So you have to take that and put it on a paper towel and then knock off the dust before you're ready to use it. Or else there's going to be loose dust everywhere. But a pro here, number one, is very quality. Number two, you can mix it together. You can take this and this and you can mix it together because it's loose powders. You can mix it together. You cannot do it with this, but these are simple and convenient. I have personally set up all the color because it doesn't come like this. It come in weird color. It have like silver and gold, which I don't want. I want it all matte. I need black on that. So I have all the primary color. I have red, black, I have orange, I have green, blue, yellow, so white, so all the main color that I need. And then I have all pastel right here, all the natural pinkish tone or the blush tone. I have all the nude tone and some smoky tone right here, some brown tone. So these are convenient for pressed pigment. So that is a pro and con. That's why I don't show you immediately. It's just that in India could not make this for me. Only China did. But I already have so much pigment, so I might as well get this.
So, first of all, before I forget, Jamie wants to know if you could play with some on one nail so she can see.
Oh, okay.
What base gel should you use to put on powder pigment?
Oh, you knew.
Yeah, she's just getting into it.
Oh, you knew. Okay, I'll show you. So, before you have pigment, you need 3 essential ingredients. You need pigment base. Pigment base is a polish that I have specifically designed for pigment. It works extremely well for pigment. Number one, you need the base. because there's many different gel polish, and some gel polish have too wet of an inhibition layer that will make your pigment muddy. And non-clean material doesn't really adhere to pigment well. It's gonna be really light and crazy. Hear this? So you need a base that can adhere to pigment. Pigment base is one of my material that I use to adhere pigment. All of my gel color can adhere pigment too. This come after this. I make this first. When I make my gel color, I follow the same formula that can adhere pigment, but only white is the best because the white, it don't have color. So you can put any color into it. Where this is already have color, so it's not preferable, because if you take blue and you apply on hot pink, it's not gonna be blue. It's gonna be purple because it's gonna blend with the background. Where this is white, you put blue on, it's gonna be blue. Put yellow on, it's gonna be yellow. So that's that. And all of my art gel can adhere pigment too, but they're not gel polish, they're gel pen, so they're not cell level well. They're more into detail. Every time I do thin lines, I use art gel. So that is a few ingredients that you can use to adhere your pigment on. You need a nice brush. You need a nice brush for pigment. That's number 2. That's tools. The number 3 is you need a quality pigment. This, my pigment set, it derived from India. This is very high quality. But I'm gonna use my pressed pigment, which come from China. So with this, you only have the base and the brush. The pigment, we're gonna see. How the pigment works. you still need a paper towels. You still need that. But you can just open this and you can start putting it on like makeup. Right. Okay, what I'm gonna do? Green, blue, green, yellow. Okay, here we go. Ooh.
Blue, green, yellow.
Blue, green, yellow. I don't know. Oh, there is still some loose dust. Hold on. Let me.
Keep it clean, honey.
I think that you still have to tap just a little. Oh wait. Okay. Tap just a little bit.
Please make some beautiful designs with green, like one you did for March.
Yeah.
I told you they were gonna love those.
No, this month I'm doing green. This is a green month for me. Anything green.
He will, sweetie. It's month of the green. You look so happy in your little happy element.
Yeah, I like these colors.
I wish I could see.
I like these colors. Even though it's from China, it's a very reputable company that I order from.
I wish I could see your cheese, your smile, and your happiness.
One company offered me pressed pigment, but a little crappy, and didn't even change the color for me. So I jumped on to another one, and this one I'm very happy with. She fulfilled all my wishes.
All your wishes.
My opinion from this, I like the feel of it. It's lighter. It doesn't seem to be as messy as the powder pigment. You don't need to establish it on a paper towel at all. You can just use this whole thing. You use the whole thing to apply pigment. Okay, green. Oh, what if I want to mix green with white to make a lighter green? What the hell should I do? I couldn't mix it easy. We'll see. We're gonna see. Ooh. Me like it. Before I only put on one color. I haven't blended yet. My testing process in this one is very briefly.
Briefly?
Yeah, it's from China. So it's very pretty. It's not the attention of this month. It's nice to have. When I have an of the product that like a must have, I will show you right away. These are something nice to have.
Nice
Some
to
people,
have, but not a necessity.
it's not necessary. I already have pigment. It's not gonna jam my pigment game. It just make it nice that I have everything. Like a kid in a candy store, I like everything. This is really nice though. Oh, now one thing that I want to show you is what it like with the white. This is a white. We gonna test a nail. So this is my ombre with it. Beautiful. The color is nice and everything. Okay, so I need a black nails.
Need?
I need a black nail. Let's use shadows.
Hello, Los Angeles.
Hi, Los Angeles. That's where I was from originally. Hear this.
I mean, after you got over here to the United States.
After I got over here to the United States.
Start off at one side of the ocean.
Oh, one thing that I forgot to told you is matted also cannot hear pigment. Matted, it be best if you cure it for about 10 seconds or so. Just partially cure it. That's way it's not too dry that your pigment can be nice and vibrant. And then after you put on pigment, you continue the cure for about 40 seconds or so. 40, 50 seconds. The one thing that set matted different from pigment base and all the other, because matted is clear. Now, let's say for this design, I put pigment base on and I put my color on. Yeah, I can use pigment base to draw a leaf, a flower, and I can color it. Sure, but what if I want to color this, but I want to keep the background? Well, I cannot put on pigment base because it's gonna cover everything. That is when I use matted because it's clear. A clear element you can apply over anything and then put pigment on it, but it's not going to cover the background. That is the purpose of matted. That's where you understand why this adhere to pigment, why that adhere to pigment, and why is it different.
Gives you tricks.
It gives you freedom. It allows you to do whatever it is that you want, as long as you know what to find. Matted, especially when you have a gel that doesn't adhere to pigment at all, then you can just put matted on and keep it for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when you buy things to adhere pigment base, matted and pigment base is the two most necessary to have for pigment. Matted, I told you, you can put on any colors and you can apply pigment over it. And then pigment base, you use for drawing. You for the whole background like this, or draw like a leaf, a flower, apply pigment on. Okay. I cure this, I believe, for 10 seconds. This made me feel like I'm a makeup artist. Because I don't know how to do makeup. So it fulfill my fantasy.
You know, I may just let you go hog wild doing some makeup on me one night, just for practice.
I can.
Because I got too rough up.
I cannot do makeup, not because I'm not talented in makeup. I can be very good in makeup. I cannot start makeup because I don't know where to start. I don't know the primer, the foundation. I don't know what is the difference between an eyeshadow and a blush and a lipstick. I don't know. Like if you tell me to draw a lip, I can draw a lip very well if you show me what to use. But I don't know where to start with a lip. Like when I go to Sephora, I mean, hundreds. a product. I don't know if I need a liner first. What's the difference between an eyeliner and a lip liner? I don't know what brush to use for ombre the lips. I don't know what's the shiny thing that they use like a chapstick.
Okay.
What is it different from the lipstick? I'm
Right.
not knowledgeable
Okay.
in the makeup word. But if there's somebody that show me the basic,
yeah.
I can take up from
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
Because I have the hand for it. And the mind for it. I just don't know the material. The tools, I don't know where to start. Now, I'm going to put this white on for you. Tanya. Okay. I'm going to put white on for you. Ooh, look at this. Now, this white is different from my white pigment. Just so you know.
That's what I thought, Blue Starry.
What?
Maybe practice for about an hour, you get it.
Yes,
It wouldn't take you long at all.
I'm very.
It's like them coming into this. They don't know the products and what they go with and what layers to put them on.
And I probably can swing it. I can buy like a kit or something and swing it. But when I put out something, I don't want to be made fun of. I don't want all the makeup artists like, oh, Tina, what's this? I want to be fabulous. So I have to learn it right. I have to make sure that I find a person that know exactly what she's doing and a little bit out of the box.
Jamie said, there's lots of tutorials, a lot of kind of stuff that you can watch, but she doesn't know how you are about, you would want a great teacher, and his time is very valuable. So he doesn't want to waste it over here searching for the right.
Right.
Yeah.
I got to know a person, and if they're famous, great. And somehow I got to be able to like persuade them into teaching me. Because most people like that, they don't need to. I couldn't pay them. They don't need my money. I couldn't pay them. So I need a best friend that are very good with makeup. And I'm not going to do the nails. We just have to like each other enough that you're going to teach me without my nails. I'm not going to I'm not going to do nails.
Right.
I don't know. I guess that's something that can be negotiated with.
You know, I don't know. Depends
but
on how
I'm
good
telling
a teacher,
you,
just because they're popular doesn't mean that they're a good teacher.
Right, but I'm telling you,
they can be great at doing makeup, but
it's a hidden talent.
Learn it.
It's a hidden talent. I swear, I haven't played with makeup, but I know that I can be very good. My pigment blend, imagine contour. Oh, I'm gonna have extraordinary contour, build and boss. Oh, I know that I can do it. I just don't know where to start. I have no direction. The reason why I do this because I have white super pigment. This one I use as a tinting agent. This white is different. This white, it don't disappear on color. It's a solid white. Of course, you cannot use it as well as this when you want to tint out a color because this is a color by itself. It's not a thinness. This one is a thinner, which means when you mix with another color, it's going to tint that color out to what you can ombre easy. When it's on top coat on, this will disappear completely. To leave room for the other color, at that point, they already tint out for you. So this purpose is different. This is not a thinner. It's just a pigment. It's a white pigment like everything else. If you look really close to it, like really close, it made up, it glistening. It make up like little micro particle. That's the reason why it can show up under colors because it's not matted entirely. So it's a different creature. It's considered one of the pigment like everything else. So it will show. So if you want to do an ombre, you can use this white in the pressed pigment to do an ombre. Okay, here, done. When did that palette come out? It's already come out. Love your nail. I don't do launch it like other people. When I have something new, I'm to put it on my website. Unless it's something that I think that you have to have, then I will I will alert you
Yeah,
way in advance. But the pressed pigment, I don't
We're
alert
not
you.
launch
I don't
people.
alert you because that's just pressed pigment.
You just all of a sudden start using it more aggressively, like your pig.
And
Like
I'm
your
not the
color
only
brush.
one who have this. Other people have this too. I just select the color in here very well. Like I make sure it have black, it have white. I make sure I have that. I make sure I have all the primary color, and I make sure it have earth tone, and I make sure I take out all the silver and gold, all the weird eyeshadow color. I make sure it's not in there.
So you just have to wait for her to notice and then tell everyone. That's true, because when it comes down to it, you're so not like everyone else when it comes to the selling all that, because you don't care. What you care about is making the damn art and having great products.
If I have something that I think that you should know, you hear about it. Like
well, most people they get something, they're like, oh, I've got this. This is what's for. What
like
you
the
do,
coloring brush.
you think, oh, I got this. Now I can create this, this, and this.
Right.
That's how you think.
The coloring brush is something that you have to have. I use it, and I have like it's orgasmic when you use it. I have to have this, and you know because you heard about it way before I even have it. I couldn't keep my mouth shut about this. But certain thing when you don't hear about, it doesn't mean that it's bad. It's not necessary. It's just something nice. If you bump into it, you buy it. If not, whatever. Cause I have my other pigment, and my other pigment are quality pigment, are unique. This one is not as unique, but it's convenient and it's nice for people to have.
Are we about ready?
We're about ready.
Are you gonna finish up these sets, or are we gonna rest your eye a little bit?
I'm gonna rest my eye and do it tomorrow. Tomorrow I need to do 2 sets of makeup for today.
That's okay. I've been real good at not disturbing you while I'm sitting here quietly.
Yeah. Let me see. What on the end of the coloring brush?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. My coloring brush, this is a one-headed brush.
One head.
Which means you can leave it like this, like brushes that don't have cap on it. You can just leave it like that. Or if you want cap, take it out and you put it in. See that? Cute and compact.
Cute and compact.
Yes.
Speaking of makeup.
The reason why I decided to have my one-headed brush for a couple of reasons. Number one, when people shop for brushes, it's an experience that I gain. People want to shop for specific brushes. So my brush, I have 2 heads. What if people only like 1 head?
Mm-hmm.
That's forcing them to buy 2. So,
so
my concept is people can find just pinpoint 1 head. The price are cheaper than just 2 heads. And another thing that make me want to have a one-headed brush, because one-headed brush is shortest. So now later on when I have a lot of one-headed brush, I can have a cute little container that I put it in, because my other brush are too long for containers. And another reason is, if you notice my brush, I never put a lid on it. As long as I'm in my station, I don't need to put a lid on it. I only put a lid when I'm travel. So that's why I decided to have one-headed brush, because you have option of putting the lid on, or you can just put it right there and don't have to put the lid on. So my one single-headed brush is something that I just started, and I'm looking to have all my brush single head like this. I will keep the double head just for people to have multiple options.
Like it, yeah.
They can buy this, they can buy that, whatever you want. Different thing for different fork.
And then Tanya wanted to know
different stroke for different
strokes for different
stroke for different folk.
Jamie thanked you for doing the nail, and then Tanya wanted to know what you want to know. Oh, if you're gonna post this right after immediately.
Yeah.
And I said yes. But what she doesn't know is we dedicated this live to her, because we said we would do an evening for Australia for her, and then you came squinting in with your eye patch, and I was like, Tino,
This month is gonna be a little disruptive because of my eyes and my eye. It made me want to cry because it's important to me, and right now I don't trust the doctor right now because it's blurry, and I'm kind of freaked out a little bit today too.
Don't say you don't trust the doctor. Okay, now first of all, we need to even stop talking about it because you're manifesting in the wrong direction. You need to let them know you have a wonderful doctor, the best doctor we could possibly get. He's young, he's efficient, he's not going to take no risks. We still got more tests to run. It's just you're a little fuzzy right now after getting a substance that dilates your eyes, and you're a little panicky.
Yeah.
But we don't want to panic into negative thoughts.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be great.
Yeah.
All right. Oh.
But this month is disruptive. This month is very disruptive. March will be better.
March will be better.
On Wednesday, when I take my surgery, I'm gonna be inactive for about 4 days.
Mandatory.
Yeah, what I have is not LASIK. What I have is different.
It's like LASIK, but it's like some kind of eye scrub, RKP.
Yeah, they have to cut out my outer layers and take out my outer layer of my eyes, and then they put the laser in. They put it back, but then I have to heal. So I have to have 4 days of healing and not doing anything. Yeah. Does going to school teach you the basic or design? Nothing. Go to school teach me absolutely nothing. They teach me acrylic, crappy way to put acrylic, the old way, using the non-smelling chemical that take forever. So stuff that you in school, I don't know about now, but 10 years ago, 15 years ago, a long time ago.
That's
right
what
now,
it is, PRK.
PRK, what's that?
The type of eye treatment.
Yeah, PRK. That
well, he just started getting into the business 5 months ago.
Okay. School. The reason why you go to school, because if you want to operate on a living human being, you have to have license, because if they were going to sue anybody, they're going to sue your business. And you have to have license to operate a business, because you don't want to be in trouble. You're touching people. You need to know sanitation. You need to know all the rules, so you don't violate your rules. That's why you go to school, to be provided with a license.
He's talking about design school. Will it help with it? Let me scroll back and let's read it.
Like not now school.
He's asked about design and art. Does going to school teach you the basics and or design details?
No, absolutely not. Going to school allow you to have a license, because if you operate from a living human being, you are touching their hand, and you're gonna contaminate their hand if you don't do it correctly. You need a license to protect you. You need a license so other people can know that you're legit. Because if anybody can just operate on a person, then what if you give people fungus and then they find out that you're not a licensed nail tech? So that's what you need, is a license in school. And what they can teach you is a basic of acrylic, of manicure and pedicure. In school, you will learn what acetone is. You will learn what cuticle pusher is. You will learn what the nail structure are made of. You will learn what a cuticle is made of, what is a free edge, what is a nail bed. You learn all that. Just like when you learn how to draw at DMV. You study all that. That's what they offer in school. That doesn't mean that when you get out of school, you will be a good nail tech. No. When you get out of school, you know absolutely nothing. just like me. When I get out of school, I have go to a salon, and that is my family salon, my family from California, and I learned, and that's when I discover nothing is the same in school. Everything is different, because what they teach in school is a manuscript that they follow 50 years ago. Yeah. When Tammy Taylor is still young. She's not young anymore. She's old now. So when you go to school, you'll be learning outdated information, basically, just basic general information. I mean, the teacher is not that good of a nail technique. That's why they're a teacher. That's why they're not out there making money. That's why they teach.
Right. They just know the protocol.
And for nail art, absolutely nothing. You learn nothing about nail art in school. When you get out of school, that is when you have a license and you have an idea of what you're talking about. Like if I say acetone, you know what acetone is. If I say alcohol, if I say guitar pusher, you know all the terminology of nails. You're ready to rock and roll, but that is when you actually, your education actually begin. It's when you're out of school. Now you can learn how to deal with people, like real people, not mannequin. Now you learn to make mistake and know how to cover it up. Stuff like that. You can learn to maneuver. You can learn to work like an actual person. But when people out of school, so assuming that that is a route that you are looking for, is to be a salon artist, the salon nail tech, a person that work in salon, touching people's hand, filing people's hand. You need a license for that. That's what school is for. And then the art and the acrylic, that is what you learn from other people. You learn from YouTube, you learn from Tino, you learn from by watching your friend who work in the salon, if they allow you to watch. That's when you learn. But all the school is for is to give you a license, to give you the right to perform your service. So, with that said, if you just like art in general and you just want to rock and roll, you don't want all that waste time, wasting stuff. If you just want, if you watch Tino and you like, you know what, Tino do this, Tino whip our nail set like this, let me try. And you're like, oh, I can do that too. That's great. I can make a press on right now. Then you don't need to waste time in school, because now today, a lot of young people are relying on social media and they become press-on artists. A press-on artist, you're not touching people's hand. You just draw.
You're selling
you
a product,
just design
basically.
And you sell to them. You don't even worry if they break the nail, if the nail left. You don't worry about all that. A person that purchased a press-on, it's like they purchasing a dress or a piece of jewelry. When after you create it and it's beautiful, the moment you ship it to them, your obligation is done. They are done. You have no string with them. And then they come back and they order that a more breathable environment. If your goal is not to be in a salon
people person, but to
if you're an artist,
because you love it.
If you're an actual artist and you'd be like, you know what, I don't want to learn all this crap. I'm ready to draw, I'm ready to pen, I'm ready to blend. Then you can just start right now. You can start right immediately.
And then 305 Ellis, if you get good at the pictures, the sizing, all that, because there's so many different ways to do it, but you will figure that out.
So let me show you.
If you can, well, she should wait. That's not a major worry. Go ahead and show her.
Let me show you.
But
this is how I do it. So back in the day, how I do it, because people will have this thing when they take our phone and then they will take their nails. Sorry, I have ugly nails. They take their nails and then they put a penny right here and take the nails. So the person that have the picture of the nail with the penny can know that, okay, this is a life-size penny. So if I take a real penny and I put it in my screen and I zoom the photo in to what it matches a real penny, then you will now have the nail size in real time, like this.
And know that there's a lot of different options and ways to do it.
So this is my picture. This is my nail picture with a penny. So when a person get it, they can just play a penny right here and make sure that this penny match this penny and when they mat, that means that is your nail in real time. You can do it like that, but it's not efficient all the way because people nail are curved. It's slightly risky. If the nail are really curved, these are not the whole space that they have, but it's bigger. So it's semi-effective, about 80%. But what I do back in the day is that a nail like this.
I know that once you have someone's sizes and they like your work, it'll be like,
so
you'll never have to do this again.
So a nail tips, I take out one from each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I put it in a ball like this or across, and I take a marker and I write down number 1 really big, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. I send it to them. Now, certain people, they charge about $3-4 to receive those sample, which will make up for the amount of money that you spend on your box. But me, back in the day, I send them for free because I know that whoever comes to me are serious. So I send them the sample for free, no hassle. What they do is that they take the nail and they press it onto the real nail to measure it. Now, why am I doing that? Because that's not up to me measuring. That's there. They do the measuring. So whatever going on, if the nail is not fit or whatever, that's their problem.
Right.
That's
they
not
have
mine.
The choice. Then they know exactly what they're getting. Exactly.
They the one that choosing the side of the nail. So when they measure it and when you do it, that's it. It's their measure, not you. So that's not what you worry about. That is my preferred way of doing it. You can charge them $3 or whatever
for the product material. But if you're good,
don't charge them too much. Don't. That's not how you make your money, by selling people samples. No, that's not. Don't be crazy and charge them like $10 or something like. Don't be greedy like that, because if they spend money to buy the sample, spend a lot of money to buy a sample.
They're gonna want to pay less for some good nails.
If they spend a lot of money to buy the sample, they're gonna feel uncomfortable. They're gonna feel a little uncomfortable, and they might be a little bitchy when it comes time to dealing with you. So that is something that you just want to be easy for them.
Yeah.
$3 or nothing at all. I send them for free. Mailing it's only cost me $1, and all these tips probably cost me 50 cents or whatever. I just give away for free. Because when they love your art, now you have a customer. And now you have a customer that doesn't need to sit there and wait until you're done. Now you have a customer that are addicted to shopping. Most of my press-on customer before is a type that just go online and they just shop until midnight. I'm telling you, it's fearful, because one night I wake up, I have 50 press-on orders from 3 girls.
Yeah, they went out of band.
3 girls. She did not buy one set. She must want a lottery or something. Or just get a sugar daddy or something. But she go on my website and she spent thousands of dollars. She went crazy. And I love it. But I was freaking out because 50 said, how long it's going to take me? So timing is something that you should establish right in the beginning. It's going to take me 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Get it out there. Just don't promise them a week and then it's not showing up. Just be honest with your timing. You have stuff to do. You're not going to sit there and do press on all day. So be realistic. About 2-3 weeks, you're going to get your product. Things like that. I was a little behind. That point, it took me a month to fulfill all those orders. But they're happy with it. They love it. So is that how you do press on?
Yep.
All right. I think we're done here.
We are. We got to try.
Which gel should I use to attach in the large part? I use silicone right here. I use silicone to put on my nail bed so I can put a gel X on, but that's not how you put press on. That's just how you put gel X, which doesn't have a design. Because if you have a design on it, then you cannot use gel material to adhere it, because it's might coming up. So with a press on like this, I just put like glue, just like cheap glue. It don't have to be good glue, because when you put it on, you need to take it off. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, I'm gonna get off here, and this will be posted right away in about a minute, and I will see you later. Thank you for joining me today. Have a good day, and I will see you soon. Bye bye, everyone.